Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is another Hump Day production to remind you of what Hump Day is really all about. But hope everybody's doing good, checking in. This is just a weekly reminder to get out and do the things. Do the thing, a thing, many things. I guess whatever it takes. But also, this is going to be a weekly reminder. Let's get it over here. There we go. Actually, progress. As you're doing the things and doing other things, also remember to reevaluate the situation. I have been thinking and looking back at some of past video and reminded myself to reevaluate the situation. We talked about a couple months ago knowing where you stood in your area, whether or not you needed to stay in place, bug out, or move now, depending on the political situation, the level of civil unrest that could potentially be in your area. And one thing I highlighted was political scenes, political agendas with state capitals, the populace that surround them versus the nature of the capital and what type of leadership, I guess you would say, they have in place. And Atlanta, Georgia, just kind of exemplifies that. I'm sure anybody that have any sane mind would have tried to get out already. But if you're stuck there thinking, it's all kind of a homogeneous political group, so there won't be much unrest, obviously that's been proven wrong. But also, the governor just calling in the National Guard heightens that level of anxiety, I would think. And just reevaluate your area. I mean, we've had things here in Carson that have not gone anywhere yet, but like I said earlier, the ruling class does not mix well with the locals. Let's put it that way. So you have a lot of out-of-towners attending these protests on the one side, and then the locals on the other side, countermanding that. And that goes to everything from the economy to the mask to everything to the police brutality and BLM, right? All of it encompasses the whole genre of angst back and forth. Where will that stand? At what point does the governor decide it's too scary and he stays in Vegas for the rest of his term? Just an example up here. But what could stem out of that of more unrest or not, So just thinking about that and reevaluating. And Hibernia Son's put out some good videos I wanted to highlight. Just send everybody over to check them out if you haven't. Hibernia Son has put out a lot of good videos lately. He came back on the YouTube a few months back. Obviously, with this whole thing going down, he wanted to chime in. And if you're not subscribed to him, you'll watch one video, you'll want to for sure. If you're watching this, you'll definitely like him. But he had a good, when you're not doing things like this, that's when you're doing reconnaissance and gathering information, just patterns, who's around, what's in the space, as he calls it, which is a general term for the area operation. Like on the earliest part of this walk this morning, no vehicles, not a single one. So I guess I just kind of got out here in the time where nobody was in, until I got out here by the main highway. That's when you hear all the traffic go by, right? High speed avenue of approach. But back on the back streets, not a single vehicle. So I don't know if I'm hitting it right in between shifts, because there's like a early worker departure time, and there's like a office worker departure time, and I didn't see any vehicles in between that time that I was out. So I'm not sure how that fits, or is that a sign of increased job loss, people working from home, all those things that can go into that. You don't want to assume too much, but it gives you data, right? Just something as simple as going out through your neighborhood for exercise, right, in the area. But just want to bring that up. Check out him. He did a second video last night. I guess some troll called him out on doing the things, and he had a second rant video that He's like, yeah, he does the things, which we all, I think, knew. But young bucks, I think, either they're trolls or they're trying to call somebody out because they think they're tough. I'm not sure which. When people on the internet tough guys abound around here, but definitely get the ruck on, right? And we're gonna have to up the load a little bit in the future. But hope everybody's doing good. Remind you what Hump Day is all about. It's kind of like Christmas. Christmas has a different meaning to some people than others. So it is what it is, folks. Continue to evaluate what's going on in your area, in particular that as these National Guard call-ups or whatever else continue to go on, resistance to being masked and all this other stuff. I mean, it's just devolution of society. You can see it coming because people don't have the courtesy to work through the problems. They got to be dictatorial, and there's no leadership. As somebody's pointed out, like our infamous governor over here is just basically playing the follow of whatever goes on in California and Washington. Even his propagandists that run their social media have been given hat tips to California and Washington, just totally abdicating any authority or leadership and just totally riding their coattails. So it's pretty pathetic. So people are going to do what they're going to do, you know. So keep on keeping on out there, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see y'all later. Prep hard, live free.